Hello and welcome to Chanakya English for our Pandey Politics with none other than Mr. Rangaraj Pandey. Welcome, sir. So, with Waqf, the act has been passed in the parliament, but it has not been executed. It is in Supreme Court for a ruling to say if it is worthy of being executed or not, and that's there on a sideline. But while that is happening, we're also seeing a lot of turmoil. If we look at it from Tamil Nadu's side, we had Tiruchendurai few months back. That was a big issue where Waqf had claimed a whole village. Right now, again, we are seeing the same thing happening in Velur. Right, so Katakolai, right, that place is what is right now about 150 or some claim 300 families are there, but whatever it is, it's a village and they're trying to claim an entire village, which is a problem. How do we look at this, sir?
See, it is not an act, it is an amendment on the act. So it is not a new act, it is not a new bill, it is an amendment.
Okay.
Obviously, that has to pass through the legal scrutiny,
Yes.
that is there. And senior counsels like Abhishek Singhvi, Kapil Sibal, everybody is there. Obviously, government also appointed their attorney to face all the things.
Yes.
Let us wait for the judicial scrutiny, and the judiciary, I hope the judiciary will see this in appropriate way, because we don't see anything inappropriate in that law. The thing is, Waqf will be there, Waqf board will be there.
Right.
It has to be there.
Right.
It is a type of donation that is called Waqf. It is not only about money, also about properties.
Yes.
For the sake of that particular community. So that is what the basic idea is. Now, the government and the new amendment is not taking back any of the land or property or asset or money from the Waqf board.
Right.
They just want to clear all the doubts and grey areas and want to make things clear. As you rightly mentioned, we have our own problem in Tiruchendurai near Trichy district.
Yes.
A whole village, including the 1500 years old temple,
Correct.
they claimed that it was a Waqf property. And as you recently mentioned, it in Velur district, Katukollai village, that is also more than a village consisting of more than 150 families. And we know the history of Kerala also, that is also the Christians are affected. So these sort of things, they just want, the Waqf amendment bill want to have a clear idea about that. Because in 2000 till 2013, what was the asset completely owned by Waqf board and council was doubled in the last 10 years. That was the fundamental question about what is happening in the Waqf council and board. How in the last 10 to 11 years, for past 150 years, it is around 1.5 lakh acres something. And in last 11 years, it became 3 lakhs.
32 lakhs.
32 lakhs something like. So how this much jump, at least double in the 11 years, how it can. There comes the problem in 2013, the previous amendment, there was a word called user. So by usage itself, it could be a Waqf. And there is a limitation of who can Waqf, who can give the Waqf. A person who is a Muslim, at least for 5 years,
Right.
they have to, they can they are eligible for Waqf. Now the debate is in the Supreme Court how you can determine a Muslim or non-Muslim by their practicing the years, 5 years or 10 years. See what happened in love jihad. A Muslim and Hindu can love, obviously it's their freedom, their right. Hindu boy, Muslim girl, Muslim boy, Hindu girl, no issues. When someone try to marriage some other girl, portraying that he is also Hindu, after that he is opening up that he is a Muslim, that sort of marriage is called love jihad. So there was an attempt to conversion. So that is what the allegation is. Likewise, someone may be a Muslim for a time being, and he can convert the property into Waqf, then he can be whatever he was. That sort of thing should not be happened. So if you are a practicing Muslim, at least for 5 years, so we are all aware, for Waqf, only the practicing Muslim will give it. Right? It is for Islam, right? Then there should not be a malpractice naming someone as yesteryear you are. So see, In Tamil Nadu, especially in the ECR and the OMR, the East Coast Road and the Old Mahabalipuram Road, we have seen lot of land documents of duplicating. You will be the property owner. Somebody will duplicate, they are you. They will create a new document in the name of you, but they will stick different photo and they will have a typical registration. If you go to the registration office, they said, you only signed in this petition, ma'am, it is not your property, you have sold it out. So that sort of malpractice, duplications, all those things happen. So just to curtail the fooling the general en masse and the government and the Waqf itself, they are putting some norms.
Correct.
Nothing to do with other religion, nothing to do with government, nothing to do with even central government, because land is a state subject. You know that there is 3 type of rights. One is central, one is state, one is concurrent. Defense, foreign affairs, petroleum, railways, that sort of things comes under all the central rights. The central list, the state list, land, police, reforms, cooperatives, all these types of things comes under state subject. Education type of, health type of things comes under concurrent list. So the land is a state subject. So even if there is a dispute between Waqf or any individual, only the state representatives like collector will take the call. In Kerala, communists are ruling. They are all obviously pro-Muslim. In Tamil Nadu, DMK is ruling. In West Bengal, Mamata is ruling. In Karnataka, Congress is ruling. Himachal, Congress is ruling. So you should trust the central government or the judiciary or the state government or at least the Waqf board.
But is it fair to have non-Muslims in Waqf board?
It is not about non-Muslims. It is about government officials.
But the government officials should have a higher hierarchy than the Waqf board.
It is not so. Waqf board will, no, it is not. They will be the part, we call that ex officio members. In Waqf board as well as the Waqf council, there will be Muslim members only. To make sure that, because it's mostly, see, there might, I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but there is lot of fights, not less than 5,000 cases, individual versus the Waqf. And more than 9,000 cases, it is government versus Waqf. So there are many property, even yesterday, it happened in the Supreme Court, they were saying that even the parliament building is a Waqf property.
Yes.
Even the Jamma Masjid is a Waqf property. West Bengal, most of the, lot of things are there. So it is mostly Waqf versus government. So when a law says, if the Waqf board claims it is a Waqf property, you cannot dispute. You cannot be a petitioner and you cannot be the judge. So only to clear that, you are bringing the government, right? Yesterday, senior counsel like Kapil Sibal, they were all fighting. It is a religious practice. The government has no role to play in that. Article 25 and 26 are all talking about all these things. Then what about the HRNC? The Hindu Religious Endowment Board is there. A minister is was sitting there who wanted to curse the Sanatana. He participated in the conference which was meant to curse Sanatana. All the temples are byproduct of the Sanatana. And DMK government, we all aware that DMK government never supports Hinduism. They never even wish for Saraswati Puja or Ayudha Puja or whatever Puja, Hindu religion, even Deepavali, Lord, anything, they never support all those Hindu religious.
But it's the same government that made HRNC, same government that made Waqf. I mean, and it's probably the start of it is legit, because after Babri Masjid, they lost a lot of property, they lost many things that
Babri Masjid, if I am not wrong, was not belong to Waqf. That was not a Waqf dispute. You should clear that. No, Waqf is entirely different. That was donated to Waqf board. A common board will say Waqf is nothing but a donation. I am a practicing Muslim. If I am a practicing Muslim, I give my land, my property for Islam. So I will give to the community.
So the masjid should also fall into that category, right?
Masjid might be a Waqf property. Masjid might be a Waqf property. All masjid need not be a Waqf property. You should understand that. No? Temple is an entirely different property. You cannot own a temple just because you are a Hindu. You cannot say that I am a Hindu, it is an Hindu temple, so it is my temple. Logic won't work in that way. It is a Hindu temple, I am a Hindu, so it is my temple. It is not going to work. Likewise, that's a masjid for Muslim, I am a Muslim, so that masjid is mine. No. Waqf also wants, Waqf boards also wants lot of masjid dargahs.
Okay.
There may be lot of masjids and dargahs without waqf, maintained by some family. So you should understand that Babri Masjid is entirely different problem. It was not.
But again, going back to that point, the government is the one that made the rule that saying that if a government property is on Waqf land, then government has to pay lease or something like that, right? But
The
how
problem,
did they even put
the
that
problem
in there?
is one step behind. Whether it is a government property or Waqf property. If it is a Waqf property, the government has to pay tax, no doubt. No doubt. Even, see, a famous example in Kallakurchi district in Tamil Nadu, the previous ADMK government took the land of temples, more than 60 acres, without permission, without trustee, without any resolution. They took the government, they took the temple property. Not even paid up to till date, if I am not wrong, till date not even paid single penny as a
Cess or anything.
rent or anything, nothing, they are not even paid. They took and they built their collectorate, district DM office, right? In that way, it is an injustice to Hindu temple. In that way, if the government properties is in a Waqf property, the government has to pay tax to or rent to Waqf. That is obvious. But the dispute is whether it is a government property or Waqf property. Then comes the problem, who has to pay tax to whom? It is not that government is superior. Here, government is also a party. So, government is also a party there. So, Waqf is a party, government is a party. So, the dispute is between both. Then who will come there? That is where the judiciary is. That is where the collector is. Now, people are claiming, like senior counsel like Abhishek Manu Singhvi, they say, how collector can act? How collector is acting in HRNC? How collector is acting in any private dispute? You own your own land. The government is taking on it. As a representative of the government, collector acts. How he will pay the compensation to you? Whether he will support you or the government. He is an employee of the government. How he will support you? But we trust whatever the compensation he gives to taking my own property. Right? We have seen a lot of incidents, government used to take individual properties and give the compensation. Here, government is a party. I am a party. How a collector can represent the government and he is also party. He represents the government.
Correct.
Then we trust the collector. We trust the system. Likewise, the Waqf board also should trust the system. Previously, in CAA case, it was all just gimmicks the political parties were playing. After 2 years of implementation, we have not seen even a single Muslim thrown out of India because they are all Indian citizens, natural Indian citizens, right? After the triple talaq, that was also portrayed as anti-Muslim. No, all Muslim women are glorifying the government. They are all benefited. They are all secured now. By instant WhatsApp type of triple talaq, they are all secured now. So they are. Likewise, they are again focusing that with the Waqf, the central government, just because of it is a BJP government and run by Mr. Modi, they are saying that they are focusing, they are targeting Muslims. It is not so.
So government part of it is somewhat clear, but how about at the individual level? Isn't it really affecting? Shouldn't they put a hold on that?
We are not sure who is affected here.
Okay.
Either it's a government or individual or Waqf. That is a future case. These amendments, the latest amendments, gives a transparency to give the justice to all three parties. Either it's a government or it is an individual or it is a Waqf. The enactment says that if someone disputes, they can go to Waqf, they can reach a collector, they can reach the court. That is what they are giving an opportunity. That is what all the amendment is. Okay. Nobody can, you cannot steal even a cent of a land from Waqf. Even government cannot snatch a parcel of land from Waqf. They will claim that it is your land. Individuals will claim that that's their land. Government even will claim that it's land. They all have to prove show the proof. That's it. If you have the proof, you are winner. That's it. Now, previously it was like, If the work, even very recently, Chennai Velacheri MLA, Congress MLA, Mr. Hassan Ali Jinnah, he said, if Waqf says that it is our property, nobody can dispute.
So May 5th.
That is what the situation earlier to this amendment.
But this amendment, we don't know if it's going to be executed or not.
It will be.
Okay, May 5th is the date they have given so far.
It will take much time. That's not going to be the judgment day. May 5th will not be the judgment day. That will be one among
First
hearing
step,
days.
okay. Okay. So West Bengal, sir. So they are they're causing an uprising right now, and it is looking like many people are commenting that it's like today's Kashmir. All the Hindus are being evacuated from their own houses.
See, it is not a complete problem of whole West Bengal.
Only that, yeah.
In Murshidabad, it is a one district where is a Muslim dominant population is there.
Yes.
They are more than 60%, I was told.
Yes.
So it is happening there. But
Correct.
even in one district, it is an alarming situation without any doubt. It's an alarming situation. Ironically and incidentally, the state government is not acting according to law, and it has to go a long way.
Even though it's just one district and it's an extreme level of action, no, the center cannot come in and do something about it.
As I told you earlier, the law and order is a state subject. So the central forces cannot enter on their own. Either the state government has to request, or the High Court or Supreme Court has to order. Only then they can, or there will be that will be treated as an infiltration. You cannot enter into right. You have a problem in your family. Only when you invite me, I can come and find some solution. If I intrude into your family, you will say that this is none of your business.
But this is the government. I mean, it's
of
the
course,
nation.
there is a clear distinction in the constitution itself, which is state subject, which is central subject, which is a concurrent list. So the law and order is a state subject. Unless until the state government request or the courts are ordering, you cannot enter. Or you have to dismiss the government and you have to enact the president rule there. Then central government rule comes, then you can do whatever you want. It is not so. So if you enact a president rule there, again politically that would be a great mileage to Mamata Banerjee. She will go to throughout the state, say what mistake I committed. I was supporting just my Islamic brothers and all the sympathy from both sides. Even the Hindus and even the political persons also that for this you should not dismiss a government. No, so anyhow within a year she is going to face an election. So she is trying to trigger the votes and all. So obviously you have to be very patient. Of course, Hindus are suffering. It is happening in a particular district. You have to be very patient.
But I think BSF has been enforced.
Obviously
there,
they will be there. Obviously, border security force can enforce only in the border.
But they are here.
No, it is a border state.
Okay.
It's a border state.
Okay.
So the problem rises mostly on the infiltrators also. It is not only about Indians. It is about infiltrators. It is a nearest state to Bangladesh. Correct. And we share border with them. Obviously, the people from Bangladesh, they used to come here for their survival. I am not saying that they come here only to disrupt the law and orders. They are for the bread and butter also they are coming here because there is completely political unrest is going in Bangladesh. So there are a lot of, even in our Tirupur, in Vellore and Chennai, where we are arresting every day at least 10 to 15 Bangladeshis. 10 to 15 Bangladeshis has been arrested in Tamil Nadu every day. When it is down south in Tamil Nadu, it happens. Just imagine North Indian districts and states. So the BSF can act only as a security force of the border.
Okay.
They cannot enter into the state.
Okay. So CM Stalin, Tamil Nadu CM Stalin has brought up this new thing about state autonomy. So he is.
I'm wondering how the DMK politics is happening because we have seen people fighting for their life in ICU. People in even coma stage putting in the ICU. I am first time seeing we are dead issue in ICU. So they are giving to give life to a dead issue, which I don't think it is going to help. The state autonomy is already there. As I am third time mentioning, there is a 3 type of list. Central list, concurrent list and state list. It clearly says that state has its own right As you ask, why the BSF is not unable to act? Why the central government? You cannot act. That sort of autonomy is there. Even a riot is there. Even a communal war is there. You cannot enter. The central government cannot
So
enter.
the problem we are having in Vellore can be handled by the state right now, based
They
on.
have to handle it. Only
But nobody is doing anything about it in that case.
in Vellore, Waqf is claiming that that particular village Katukola is our own. Those people are saying that we are here for 1,000 years. How we Waqf and claim is that is a dispute. Even after this amendment enacted, amendment come to force, only the state can do that. This amendment is not giving any power to central government. You please understand. They are not taking any power either from Waqf or from the state. The power will rest with the state only. They are empowering the state actually. Even previous to this amendment, even the state government was were not having any power. Now this amendment giving power to state, not taking any power from the state.
Okay.
There were only Waqf power. If they claim something is our property,
It's
cannot
theirs.
be disputed. That is what the situation.
Okay.
Now they give power to state, individuals and court just to bring the transparency. Even after this enactment, not even a single property will thrown away or taken away from the Waqf. Only you can dispute the property. Obviously, every dispute will go through the judicial process.
Okay.
After the proofs, anybody can win, either the Waqf board or the government or the individual. So now the issue was with one person and one side. Now it is in the public and the court and the judiciary and the individuals. That is what it has to be. In West Bengal law and order situation, completely aware of what is going on, Madam Mamta is doing something else for all her political vision whims. The government has to, central
She's
government.
giving 10 lakhs to those who are affected.
Obviously, is being a politician and successful, winning for consecutive hat-trick elections, he will be trying to politicize everything. And you have to deal politics with politics. And obviously, BJP has to do whatever they want in a political way, not as a government. Because as a government, they have limitations. As a party, there is no limitation.
So going back to this Rajamannar committee, the state autonomy that they're working on. So they have a 3-member committee headed by Kurian Joseph, advocate. So what do you really see in this? So this is just politics, you're saying that there's no agenda or anything going to come out of it?
Justice Kurian Joseph committee, a 3-member committee with ex-IAS officer and ex-planning commissioner and chairperson, what you are going to benefit. You should understand, for any committee, even if it is done by central government or state government, has no legal value. You should put in the caps that.
But the version that came out first in 1969
1969 the commission enacted, and in 1971 they gave the report. And
Correct.
then what was the effect?
it gave some definitions to how
You can give definitions. You can, even you as an individual you can give lot of recommendations. Who is going to follow? Whom it will bind? If someone, a retired, only a sitting judge can give an order. A retired judge is a retired judge. It is not a judgment. You need not to follow. Even in Tamil Nadu government, they formed a lot of commissions. They never accepted any of their recommendations. So the central government or state government, they have the right to whether to accept the recommendations or not. Partly or wholly or completely reject. All their own wish. Nobody can stop. There is no legal binding at all. So when the Rajamannar committee gave in the 1970s, that has no role, that has no value now. Then what's about the Joseph Kurian committee? You can keep on forming the committees and get the recommendations. Who is going to follow?
But we cannot say there was no role in what happened in 1970s, right? Because that about the governor, right? Whatever rules about how a governor should be, how long he can be in one place, all that was part of that committee report.
Is there any tenure for the governor?
5 years?
Who said? Who said? Please show me. Please show me. 3 years or 5 years?
They cannot repeat.
They can repeat. They can be as long as be. Rajamannar committee is formed by state government. How the central government will oblige to that? Even the state government is not required to oblige all those things, recommendations. They can accept the recommendation partly or wholly. They can reject the recommendations partly or wholly. It is their wish. No compulsion is there. There is no tenor for governor. Please understand that even now, to fix a tenor for a governor, you need to amend the constitution. How a committee recommendation can influence that? You can be influenced, but only the government has to do, not the committee. If you form a committee and the committee gives some recommendation, that means it's a law. It is not. It is just paper. It's just a paper with some text. Only the government, either the state or central, they have to take it. Again, it has to be a legal process. They have to come to assembly or parliament. Then they have to go to the governor or president.
But it is also some work that if not now, years down the line, if it is worth it, the government could pick it up, go. That's how NEET started.
It could be a brainstorming document.
Correct.
That's it. That can be done by even individuals. You are having thousands of articles appearing every day in Hindu, Times of India, Deccan Chronicle, Deccan Herald, everywhere. What those articles brainstorming with thoughtful process from the provocative and thinkers. They can give their suggestions like central government should act like this, state government should like this should not be done. These are all commentaries. Player are entirely different from the commentators. Commentators cannot make any change in the rule. You should understand that.
Okay. So what's again going back to I think few weeks back we were looking at actor Vijay's TVK
Tamilaka Vetri
Kazhagam, right, TVK. So his party was looking like it was on par with DMK, but with the alliance with BJP and ADMK, that was all washed off. Now it's back up to ADMK and DMK. So ADMK versus DMK, that's how it's looking like. Where do we see these other parties shaping up?
See, only now in Tamil Nadu the NDA is shaping up. Just now I took interview with the state president, newly elected state president of Tamil Nadu BJP, Mr. Nainar Nahendran. As far as his confirmation, in Tamil Nadu NDA there is only two parties, ADMK and BJP.
Yes.
The Amma Makkal Munnetra Kalagam of Mr. TTV Dinagaran, he volunteered and he has also confirmed that we are also in NDA. As of now, only three parties. According to my knowledge, Mr. Vasan will not dispute, he will not go out of the NDA because earlier he was with ADMK and later he was with BJP. Now both the parties together, so he will be also in part of NDA. So as of now, only four parties are there.
OPS faction?
Whether it's a party or not, as an individual, we have to wait and watch. A lot of things have to. So other than all this, we have to wait and watch. So PMK, DMDK, and the TVK and the NDK of Seaman, all they have to take a call what they will. But it is very obvious, if all the parties are alone fighting against DMK, it is obvious advantage DMK. When there is a formidable alliance anti-DMK, then obviously the focus will be more on that alliance. Previously it was 1 versus 4. 1:4. DMK alliance was in one side and all the four parties TVK, NTK, ADMK, BJP were alone. So obviously it was 1:4 and obviously the DMK alliance will win without any doubt. Now when ADMK and BJP is together, now it is 1:3. ADMK, BJP alliance there, NTK and TVK. And as I said, AMMK will be also there and Mr. Vasan also will be there. Probably as you said, Mr. Opanneerselvam also will be there. So it's rest with the NTK and TVK. Then obviously as you fear, the focus will be more on the NDA than on NTK or TVK.
Right.
So Mr. Vijay, the party supremo of TVK, will lose his significance in future course unless until he tries something new, make some political gimmicks and some dramas and coming to highlight. Obviously in next 10 months, the focus will be more and more highlighted on the NDA alliance only, because there will be only one question, whether DMK should continue or not. If you want the DMK to continue, obvious choice. If you don't want the DMK government to continue, you will have to vote the alternative. then the BJP ADMK, that is the ND alliance, will be the obvious alternative for DMK. So the focus will more turn towards from NTK and TVK towards the NDA.
So is it possible, like nationwide, how Congress clubbed all the smaller parties
The
and
India Alliance.
India Alliance, right? How they got against BJP?
NDA.
Is it possible a similar flip could happen in Tamil Nadu, where all these parties
I don't
go
see
against
that.
DMK?
See, in this current NDA, obviously PMK will join. I don't see any special space for them other than the NDA. So obviously they may join. Mostly the DMDK of Captain Vijaykanth also may join. Of course, I learned there is some invitation from DMK Alliance itself. So they are exploring the options. Mostly they may come with, because previously they never allied with the DMK, but they were always allied with the ADMK or DMK, sorry, ADMK or BJP. So when ADMK and BJP is together, so DMDK may have the obvious choice. Mr. Captain Vijaykanth was completely against DMK, so that he was allied with Madam Jayalalitha. So he never allied with, till he was allied, never allied with DMK. Once he was with ADMK, then he was with BJP, never with DMK. So let us see Madam Premalata what she is going to do. Most probably she also will come with NDA. So the thing is left with NTK of Seeman and TVK of Vijay. What the state president of BJP, Mr. Nainar Nagendran, is willing that Seeman's NTK also should join the NDA. That is what his wish is. For that he quotes the previous history of Tamil Nadu when DMK and Congress was in opposition in 67. Later in 71, late 70s, they joined together, the Congress and DMK joined. Till now, they are having a very good alliance. So even the NTK of Mr. Seeman is having a different opinion about the nationalism and BJP and ADMK. He may join
But
NDA.
is Seeman like a character who would?
We have to wait and watch. Politics, anything may happen.
Okay.
When Lalu Prasad and Nitish Kumar can have an alliance, when Shiva Sena and Congress can form an alliance, when Mamata Banerjee and Congress can form an alliance, you cannot be, you should not surprise about anything. Even in Tamil Nadu, we are within next 10 years, you can see an alliance between ADMK and DMK too.
Okay. And TVK we don't know as of now.
As of now, it's far away. As of now, Mr. Seeman of NTK is nearing, I think.
Okay.
But we cannot judge what will happen. He may join NDA, not sure about that.
Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you for watching Chanakya English. Stay tuned for more such discussions.